Hey everybody, it's MrFloridaFlipper back with another episode out here in the box garage. I think I have more empty boxes than I do product on my inventory wall over here. But we got some sales this week. This is November 15th, I think, Sunday night. So we had about 8 sales yesterday and today. So not too bad, about 4 items per day, a little better than our usual. We sold this thermos right here. This is my kids' thermos from their lunchbox. They don't have to have lunch anymore for school, so figured might as well sell them. They sold, I think it was like $4 plus some shipping on that. Went out on a 30% off offer. Just trying to, like I said in the last previous videos, trying to clear out for the end of the year here. Trying to get out a lot of stuff, as much stuff as I can for the new year. I am running another 30% off sale currently. For Veterans Day, I did a 35% off sale. I am doing a 30% off sale for a lot of my older inventory. And then also I am doing a 25% off sale on some of my higher end stuff, some of my more expensive items, just because I want to get that extra capital in for Christmas time. We also sold some Boy Scout stuff. Well, one thing of Boy Scout things. We got this in a lot with some Boy Scout clothes as well. Sorry about that lighting. I just have the overhead light going in here. But I think it should be in one of these boxes down here. Boom, there goes some stuff. Where is it? Let's see if we can find this thing. I hope you guys are doing well. I would say my sales are not doing as good as I think they should be doing for this time of year. And I'm hearing that from a lot of people in the eBay community and the reselling community in general, that sales are down. I think that the economy is definitely not doing as hot as we all thought or think it was. Oh man, that just dumped a whole bunch of my little peanuts that I have. Let's see if I can find this thing. There it is. So this is a pretty cool little thing, honestly. I thought about keeping it for like a survival kit type thing, but it is, oh, it's got a peanut on it. It is a little pan. So it's a pan slash little, I don't know, it's a Boy Scout thing. So it's got the little Boy Scout emblem right there. It turns into a pan, a cooking thing. It has a spoon. I'll put a picture of it in the listing when I'm showing it, just so you can see. It's pretty cool. Would be kind of nice to have for a survival type situation. We sold that. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have been saying that the year is not going as planned. Usually Q4 we have big increases in sales. And I would say that I've had a few weeks that I've been like, oh yeah, the sales are starting to pick up. But then like this week was really slow. I had several days where I only had a few sales, and I tell you guys, my goal is to get 3 a day. And there's been days where I've gotten 1. There's not been any days that I haven't had a sale, but there's been several days where I've only had 1 or 2 sales. And maybe even where they come in later in the day, you know, after I get off of work, I get a sale, or overnight I'll get 1 sale and then the rest of the day I won't get anything. And like this week, for instance, usually during the weekend, the past few weeks, I've had about 10 to 15 items selling on Saturday and Sunday. And then this week I only had 8. And that was with a continuation of a discount that I had running. While I was just recording this, I had a sale for $83 for a Samsung tablet that I have. It was on my 15% off sale that I was running from a higher end item. So that was nice. That's gonna help out for sure. We're glad to get that, so I'll grab that. But then we'll go ahead and grab this next item. It is a pair of Owls salt and pepper shakers. And when I saw them on Whatnot, I figured that I would sell them really quick, because I know that owls are, a lot of people like owls. They're in still, and they're pretty cute. They're this blue salt and pepper shaker set, sold for $10 plus $5 shipping, I believe, something around there. But yeah, so definitely slower sales than normal. I also did turn promoted back on for all 500 of my listings. When I did my sale last week, I went ahead and said, let me just try promoting them. You know, I feel like as sellers, we often will do this where we will, when things aren't going our way, when we're not getting the sales that we normally want or the sales that we normally have, we want to try something to help the algorithm get us some more sales. So I put everything on promoted, which last week I did sell a lot of things. I think it's more due to the fact that I had reduced prices than the promoted. We'll have to look at the numbers on that and see where it kind of fell apart, or where the breakdown came in, which helped more, the sale price or the promoted. I only did 2% on everything. I would say it's gone back to about, 50-50. 50% of items sell with promoted, 50% sell without it. So it's not terrible to pay the extra 2%. I did increase all the items that I had on that sale by about 8.7% or 8.5%, the price of them. So that way that the 2% promoted really didn't matter because I was still getting, a little bit more for the item than I would have. And then I obviously decreased the price. So let me just say that again. All the items I picked for my sale, I put them on a 35% discount. But before I did that, I increased the price by 8.7%, then did a 35% discount. So you can do the math on that, what the actual discount would have been. And then I added the 2.1% or 2% promoted fee. So if it sold promoted, it would sell with that 2% fee on top. And we'll go over those numbers and we'll look more in depth on that. Another thing that we sold was, I think it's over here in this box as well. This was in my camera box. It's this Nikon SB speed light. So it's a light for a camera, Nikon camera. I sold that for a couple bucks plus shipping. This is for parts only. I couldn't get it to work. I don't know if it needs batteries or something, whatever, or not batteries, but I don't know what's wrong with it. It doesn't work. I sold it for parts only. I think it's like 10 bucks with free shipping, or $5 plus $5 shipping, something like that. Sold it on a 30% off offer. I'm trying to get rid of a lot of the camera things. I've learned a lot about cameras. That's the thing. In this world, in this line of work, I feel like we know what good things are. I know that high-end cameras can be expensive, of course. I'm not a camera person myself, besides my phone. I don't use cameras. I grew up in a time where people just use their phones for cameras. The only experience I really had using not a phone for a camera was like Polaroids, the little disposable ones back in the day. And those took really crappy pictures. I never had the more expensive cameras. I did have a camcorder growing up. I loved filming things. I used to make little videos with like clay and Play-Doh and stuff like that, little movies. But yeah, so learning about cameras. I've been trying to get rid of my older cameras that I bought prior without the good knowledge that I have now, knowing more about what sells, what kind of cameras sell, and not buying cameras that are, junk, or people that they're not looking for them, basically. I've learned more of what to buy on cameras. I had I think it was in this video, I bought, because I'm like, oh, old cameras sell well. Well, not all old cameras sell well, just like everything, not just because it's old doesn't mean it's going to sell really well. It was a Lands End camera. I can't remember exactly like what number or brand, like model it was, but it was like a 5-pound camera. I got it on Whatnot for $5 with the shipping, so it just cost me $5. They probably spent more on shipping it because it weighed like literally probably 2 pounds. And she sold it for $5 to me because it sells for $5 on eBay. No one really wanted to buy it. I did end up getting rid of it, thankfully, and I don't use that lightly. Like, I'm glad I got rid of it for $5, even though, not even break even. I actually lost money on that one. But learning those types of things along the way helps you, not make those mistakes again. And like, that's a $5 mistake. If it cost me $5 to learn something, that's not a bad mistake. There's other cameras that I shouldn't have bought, or, the lenses, just knowing about the lenses. Sometimes you can buy a camera and the lens will be worth more than the actual body of the camera. But it's just really cool picking up those things of knowledge when you start figuring out what kind of categories you like. I'm kind of getting into the camera knife category. But yes, next thing we sold was, it's a perfume. It's inside, so I'll have to grab that. That was another thing. I bought a whole bunch of perfumes, and I'm selling them for like $5. I put them all on the 30% offer. They were nothing really that great. I think I can make my money back. I think I spent up for it. I think I paid $65 because of the shipping on about it was probably like 15 perfumes and colognes. And there was one or two that were basically empty, so I just gave those to my kids to use. But yeah, hopefully I can break even. We'll have to look at the numbers on that. I think this is the 3rd or 4th one that I've sold, so we'll add those up and see how we're doing with that too. But yeah, sales are not good. Getting back to that topic, sorry I went off on a tangent. I'm trying to even remember right now what other items sold. The perfume that's inside. And then I sold 2 knives. Those were my 2 good sales. I had 2 knives that were nicer brands that sold for a little bit better. that I've had for a little bit, and I think I sold both of them on a 30% or 25% off sale. But I think that's what they were going for, so I think that's why they were kind of sitting. One is this buck knife. I'll get it out and show you. It came with the case, with the leather case. And then the other one was this other one that had a case. I believe this is it. Nope, not that one. I hope that one sells. It's a Marlboro branded knife. It was this one. It comes with this case right here. I'll pull them out and show you guys. Let me set this up. All right, so this is the knife right here. This is the, what is this? Let me see. It's a buck. It's also a buck. The reason that I sold this one a little cheaper, if it wasn't for this, I think I could have sold it for $60, maybe even $80. It doesn't stay in there. And I put that in the description that it doesn't really hold. It needs to be tightened. And that's one of the things I don't know enough about them to know if it's an easy fix. Once it's in there, it's pretty good. I mean, it's a little bit of wobble. Definitely not going to be using it to, you know, kill prey or something like that. But to cut, I think it'd be fine. But if somebody knows about this knife, they can probably know how to tighten it up and make it, maybe it's a bad screw. I don't know. Whatever the problem is, they probably can fix it, because this did go for about $40 plus shipping. So I feel like if you're spending that much money on a knife, you probably know about it. And I know it is older. It's called the Buck Workman 110 Plus. So let's try to show that there. I don't know if that'll come up. You can see that. But yeah, these would have gone for like $80. This is about a 6 or 7 inch knife right here. It would have gone for a lot more if it was not for that little part right there. That's something just, you know, doesn't stay in there like it should. But it came with its original case, the butt case right there. You can see that. So I think that helped with the value too. And it still had its loop. There were some people that were selling it that the loop right here has broken. So yeah, that was a really good sale. I think it was about 40. I'll put it up on camera so you can see. I cleaned them up, and, you know, I put some leather conditioner on there too to try to make the photos a little better. I always try to clean my stuff the best I can, you know, to the best of my knowledge, not too abrasive. And then I sold this other knife. This is a Gerber knife. This one was really nice too. I think this is about the same. It was about $40 that I sold it. So this is the knife right here. It's a Gerber. Definitely been getting into the knives. There's a lot of knives out there that sell for really big money. Let's see, get this open. This one is good. It sounds like it has a little bit of sand maybe inside of the, when you open it, you can hear that little bit of grinding noise, but it's a Gerber. You can see right there. This one's a really nice one. This one's probably about the same, about a six inch, maybe not a 7 inch knife right here, but it's got the click back right here where you can put it back in. But just a really nice knife with the case, you know, it's really nice leather case, Gerber on the back. So yeah, sold both those 2 knives for $80, and I'll put up how much I bought these for. I'll try to find that on whatnot. But it's from, it says on the back, Portland, Oregon, USA. So also, you know, USA, you're gonna get more money for that. A little bit better quality usually. And I don't even know how old these are, you know, they last for a while though. You can see the difference. So sold those. All right, let me go grab the other item. This is a recent purchase, so I'm glad that it went out quick. It wasn't too big of a thing. I actually got it for free from my guy that I buy from. I think it should be in here. Let's see if I can find it quickly here. I'm hoping I can reorganize my system here soon. It's definitely getting a little crazy trying to find stuff. Yeah, so I got this from my guy for free. Sometimes, you know, on Whatnot, I'm sure other sellers do this too, but if you buy from people a lot, they'll throw in some freebies. So this was one of those things. He threw it in for free, so I have $0 down into it, and it actually sold $10, I think free shipping, like $10.84 or something. It's just a Hurricanes Miami little magnet for your car, I guess. It's actually a local company that makes these, Lake Mary, Florida. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I mean, it seems like really nice, high quality. So yeah, and it says it sells for $13 on the back. So yeah, got about $10. They got a little cheaper than they would have had to pay in store, and I got, you know, a little bit more because it was free. So that was nice. So we sold that, and then let's go ahead and grab that tablet. So I grabbed that tablet. So I just want to kind of give a little backstory on these. I got these things on Whatnot. I actually went out to a couple of sales this weekend, so I got some stuff that's not from Whatnot coming. But definitely, guys, go out there and find a seller you love that has good items coming in, because I'm telling you, this has became a little bit of an addiction. I would say it was bad. It's bad because you can just go on your phone, find good inventory, and buy. Whereas garage sales are only on weekends. These people have whatnot sales every day. Some people, my guy has them twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. That's the bad part. You can buy too much. That's what I did. And I'm kind of trying to put it on hold. I haven't bought anything for a month or two now, about a month, let's be honest, about a month. And I'm getting back to the profit because, you buy so much, you have to sell it all and get it listed, and it becomes overwhelming. And then you're just like, I don't want to do it anymore. But finally, we're getting back into it. So I did actually go to a garage sale this past weekend, a couple garage sales and a rummage sale, which I'll talk about in the next video, and I'll show you some of the items that we picked up. I was gonna film it, but it was at my local church, the rummage sale, so I didn't really want to do that, but we'll go over it at another date. But this thing, so I have gotten phones from him in the past. I don't know what happened, but these boxes were, like I said, I've overbought on whatnot. These were from July, early July. Yeah, July. And we're in November, and I just had gotten to this box at the end of October of opening this. And when I had opened it, the boxes inside had sticky residue all in them. It was like some kind of like, it would look like oil on the outside of the box. This one was the only one that didn't get oil on the outside of the box. And I think that's probably why this one sold first. I think what it was the sticker residue. So these are older Samsung Galaxy Tabs, so little tablet phones. And I think the sticky film that they put on the phone to protect the screen, like when you get them brand new, must have, like from the heat maybe, liquefied. I don't know what happened. It doesn't even seem like it is the stickers, because I even took off the sticker on one of the phones just to check, and it wasn't really sticky on that. But yeah, they had this grease stain. Let me show you. So you can see right there, it has that sticky, or it's not even sticky now. It's just like a greasy spot on the box. So anyways, I opened them up and I cleaned the phones off really nice. Unfortunately, the inside part where the phone sat was not salvageable. It was like so greasy and sticky, I wasn't gonna worry about cleaning it. So I just removed the insert. So I put the phone in bubble wrap. I'll show you. I can't show you because I forgot I taped it up, and I'm not gonna cut the tape off. But basically what I did, so instead of usually this was in the box with it, this is the battery and stuff, or not the battery, but the charging cord and the instruction manual. I took it out, wrapped this in bubble wrap, put it inside the box, taped it up, and then I'm putting this with it separate. I'm gonna put this in a box and bubble wrap everything nice and good, and then I'll send it off. So it did really mess with the value of these, because these do sell for 90 bucks on eBay. And I think I got these for about, I would say 15 to 20 each, maybe even a little less. If I find those, I'll go ahead and put that up there too, of what I bought it for and then what we sold it for. So just to be completely transparent with you guys, I want you guys to know the actual numbers that I am having, so that you can know what kind of numbers maybe you could expect. But yeah, so I had to do that. That was a lot of work, and it almost could have ruined them. I checked them all. If you ever buy new, but I don't know what you call it, old stock, new old stock, meaning these are old. These are probably, let's see if we can find a date on. I don't see a date on them, but I would venture to say these are probably at least 5 years old, maybe even 10, I'm not sure. But when you buy new old stock, make sure, and it's electronics, make sure you test to make sure it charges. These batteries don't last forever, and if they sit dead for too long, they won't take a charge. They might turn on when plugged in, but they won't hold a charge. I've had that happen to me before. So make sure you're charging them, trying them out. I know you're like, well, I don't want to open the box because then it's open box. It's better to try it and not send it to the buyer when they're spending $80 for this. Then they get it and it doesn't work, and now you have to have it returned back to you and sell it for parts only. It's better to try it out right away. Know that it's not really working. Try to sell it for parts only. There's people that fix these types of electronics all the time. There's people that know how to break these down. They can put a new battery in, whatever, and fix it usually, and you can still get some of your money, or maybe even at least a little bit of profit back. So yeah, always test them. But yeah, I don't know what happened there, but that's one of the downsides of buying online, is that when it gets to you, it might not be like what it was when you saw it on their show. When you go to a garage sale, you have the benefit of being able to touch the item. So yeah, just keep an aware on that. But I got this one sold, was my first one. I have 3 of these, $83 plus shipping. So that is a nice sale to end off the week. That's gonna pretty much do it for me, guys. Do a little short video this time. I hope you guys are enjoying the content as much as I'm enjoying making it. Stay blessed, make as much money as you possibly can. Don't give up, stay focused. Mr. Florida Flipper, out.